Hello everybody and good evening. We are back with another XCL double header today. As always, I am Red Fox and I'm here to talk you through a multi-class event today. So we've got rookies and we'll call them seniors today. I think I was looking at the split earlier. We've got 29 drivers, of which 13 are the senior drivers, 16 are the rookies. So we've got a really good split here. And at the last minute in practice, I was just watching a moment ago, we did have Cozy Lerner, one of our elite drivers, drop in. I think he's the only gold class driver in the field today, so watch out for him later on. But as I said, there's a double header today. So we have the first race here at Valencia, which I'll talk about a little bit later on, but it's a beautiful, beautiful track. And then after this, in about just under 2 hours time, we are over at Zolder, and that'll be hosted by the Dick Trickle Network, so or the Racing Network, should I say, sorry. So yeah, if you hopefully stay with me today and we can go through this 30-minute plus pit stop race. And then, I said in just a couple hours' time, pop over and have a chat with Dick Trickle as he professionally, as always, broadcast the second race. But yeah, we are here, and as always, I like to go with the first driver to come out the pit lane, and that is today Felix GT226 in the 226 Ferrari. He's just about to start his first lap now. It seems to be, like I said before, whenever I run with the first driver out of the pit box, he normally ends up defaulting his lap. So let's see if Felix can continue that trend. But we'll see what kind of pace he can set. I was looking at the practice times. I'm thinking with low fuel loads and everything, we might see a 130 pole position. So I think if you get into the 130s, you're going to be somewhere there or thereabouts for pole position. If not, it'll be a low 31, I think, that'll be the pole lap today. So Felix is one of our sort of senior drivers, as you can see from his silver coloured number. The red numbers are the rookies, and then the silver numbers are either bronze or silver class drivers. And if I just scroll down on our list here, you might see some at the bottom. Cozy Lerner 7852. He is our gold class driver, and that is why he is in the white banner. So I fully expect a lot of the silver graded drivers to be up near the front in qualifying, but we'll see how that goes throughout this session today. It is a quick qualifying session because we have only less than 30 cars in the field, so it'll only be a 12-minute session, so everyone's diving out there now. And if you see that track map, it looks really, really busy. So I think we're really going to have to focus on, finding that space, having a bit of gap in front of you, and also a bit of a gap behind you. Because sometimes when you're looking in your rearview mirror, so I'll just say that Felix set a 1:32.4. That won't be good enough for pole, but that's just a good banker lap in there to get his day started. Sylph comes in second there, and Comico just pips that, so they're about two drivers about 0.7 behind. And as I say that, Steph Ork then drops in with a 1:31.8. Now, Steph Ork, if I've pronounced that right, or we'll call him Steph for short, he was the leading driver in practice in regards to a time, and like I said, he set a low 1:31, so he was my benchmarker there. But looking at one of the long practice before the event, a few of the Ferraris are looking pretty racy. So we'll watch out for Steph Ork. He might be one of the prime candidates for pole. Other than that, I think Felix will be up there somewhere, and one of the other drivers to probably watch out for is, of course, Cozy. But we're just going to ride. So Partik's just coming out for a lap now, but watch Partik's times as well, because I think he will be somewhere near the front. We've got such a good field today, guys. I mean, I'm going to have to spend some time throughout the race going through all of our really, really good drivers, but there's so many drivers out there that could potentially get on the podium today and also get on pole, so just keep an eye on that. So let's see what's some of the drivers that are coming across the line. We see the number 420 car, which is Mad Sidecaster in the lovely purple McLaren there. He just set a time 1.3 seconds back, and as we say that, Cozy Lerner has just pipped across the line, and he has set a 1:30.9. So as I predicted, if you want to get on pole today, you do need to get into the 1:30s, and Cozy has just demonstrated how that is done. Like I said, he is our only gold class driver today, so keep an eye on him. He'll, alongside Steph, he might end up being on the front row. So we see, I'm just looking at some of the sectors around here. So let's ride with the number 71 car, which is Levi. Levi is just coming around to just finish off his second sector into the final sector now. Looking at the way, if you see the way his wheels move here, you can almost guarantee that he is a controller driver. We do see a lot more, I suppose on PC you very rarely see a controller driver, but on Xbox it's far more common. So yeah, if you pay attention to his front wheels, you can see the twitchiness at the front of the car. And that normally indicates that someone's tapping their controller stick left and right. And yeah, let's just see what Levi can do on a controller on his first flying lap. He's just coming around the last sector now. So the last sector, so the last corner now. He's just going to come down here. So you dive downhill into like a left hairpin. You can really attack the apex on the left hand side, as we hopefully will demonstrate now. Yeah, and he'll just get a good drive out. You'll want to watch out so you don't go too far wide there. And yeah, with his first lap of the day, Levi sets a time which is just about 3.6 seconds back, but they do say that controllers are roughly about 2 to 3 seconds slower than everything else out there. So let's see who else is out there. Number 148, just calling these out as I see them. So AMS Dylan, yeah, he is just coming around, yeah, just to complete the second sector, then going into the final sector. Dylan looked like he was probably had the pace to be somewhere near the top 10 in practice, maybe top 15. So we'll keep an eye on that as this lap unfolds. But yeah, let's see. The Porsches, I don't know. I said I might shoot myself in the foot here, but I didn't think the Porsches were pumping in the best lap times compared to some of the other cars out here. And yeah, just in the Twitch chat at the minute, we have Belgian Waffle. So good evening, Belgium. Are you racing in the race at Zolder later on? But yeah, it's nice to have you on the Twitch stream, and welcome. Yeah, and as I say, that AMS Dylan goes into 7th place. So let's see, let's have a look at the number 240 car. Can we find the number 240? Salient G. At the minute, I'm picking all the cars that haven't set lap times. This is great. So we're going to ride with the red, black and white Audi of Salient G. In practice, he was looking like he could potentially have the pace to finish in the top 20 or qualify in the top 20. I don't know if that little runoff there whether he has forfeited this lap, but let's just ride with him as he dives down. Like I said, to that sweeping left-hander, you can really attack the apex, but you want to get on that throttle early and attack down that, you know, the final home straight. But let's see what he sets on his first lap today, and he will go P23. So he's 6 seconds off the pace, but I do think he can get more pace out of that car. So the next guy we're going to have a look at is the number 443, which is of Sylph, currently in 15th place in the Mercedes. He is just coming down again to that hairpin. So we have 4 minutes 20 seconds left, so there's still enough time for drivers to go in the pits, you know, refuel the car, put fresh tyres on and go out again. So we're not in that sort of like period now where if you make a mistake you're out. But Sylph currently 16th place, is going across the line now. Can he improve? Okay, he improves by 0.4 of a second to move up to 14th place. The next car we're going to take a look at today is the number 54 car. So he's coming around. I can't see the number now. So that is Mattia 07 in the green and black Porsche. That's a nice looking livery there. Yeah, so he's coming down to the final hairpin. Let's see how he attacks the apex. Can he get a good drive out of the corner? Nice wide entry. Yep, perfect. And you can hear that throttle, that engine roar as it goes out. He went a bit wide on the, obviously putting the throttle down there, but I don't think that is track limits to that point, so he should be okay. And he doesn't improve on his time, but I think he's got, as I said, he's got easily got, if he's got the fuel, another couple of laps in there. Next car to have a look at, let's see, the number 17 car of Paquinho. Paquinho is just coming around now. He is currently 2 seconds off the pace in that number 17 McLaren. Let's see if he can improve on that time. Yeah, he goes up to 12th. So yeah, all these people are improving, which is really, really good to see. There's many drivers out there that haven't currently set a time. Yeah, Baz in the number 69 Ferrari. Where is he currently? I'm just going to ride with the Levi, the 71 car, to make sure he's still on a... No, okay, so Baz is on an outlap here, so he will have to go round before he can set a time. Other than that, Hush Webb in the number 21 car. I can't see him on the track map currently, but he is just coming across the line. This might be to set a time or to... Yeah, okay, so he's about to start his flying lap. He will have an opportunity to go round still, because like I said, it's about... let's have a look at pole time at the minute. We'll keep up the top three. Yeah, so Kozula's improved on a 130.7. So let's say you allow 1 minute 40 with the, you know, just the outlap kind of pace, and finding a bit of rhythm, maybe 1 minute 50. You've still got a bit of time to still go in the pits and come back out. But at the minute, yeah, Cozy doing cozy things. He is half a second ahead of the rest of the field. Next up is Steph Ork with 0.5 behind. Felix 0.7. Ayrton, is that just Ayrton? Is 0.9 behind that. So those are the only 4 drivers that are within a second of Cozy. And then, yeah, let's see, a lot of the Porsches behind that. So we're not really getting, like I said, good times like the Porsches looking at this, but we'll see how it goes. So the number 1 car of Daniel Zaitsev, he is currently 21st. I think he can definitely improve on that time as he comes around to the final hairpin now. But like I said, he has picked that Porsche, and the Porsche isn't looking pretty racy today. Let's see if Daniel Zaitsev can prove me wrong. So he's coming down the home straight now. This might be an outlap, but let's have a look and see if he can improve on that time. Yeah, he does. He improves to 16th place, 1.9 seconds off the pace. So I think he's still got time to do another couple of laps. So I'm sure he'll stay out there now and get himself into a rhythm. The number 21 car of Hush Webb is about to finish his lap. So let's see what he can do here. See if he can move himself off of, which is currently going to be, well, the second from last row. So as he comes down the line now, he's pulling that Ferrari along nicely. And he sets a time 6.1 seconds off the pace, so he is currently 27th on the second from last row of the grid. Potencia is in the pits, and he won't get out to set a time, so he will be starting from the back of the grid. Now, where is Baz? Let me just have a look at the car in front of him, number 70, or just anyone else for a second. So Baz, yeah. Okay, so we'll have a look at Baz for a second. So Baz in the... is that a white Ferrari he's driving there? Yeah, so he, the white and black Ferrari, he is the only driver out there that can still set a lap time that hasn't yet. So we'll ride with him as he comes down the hill. And we'll see what kind of qualifying time he can set. And then I'll try in the last 30 seconds to cover as many people as I can across the line. There's still a few opportunities for a few drivers out there to get onto a flying lap. But as Baz crosses the line, can he get himself off of the back row of the grid? And he goes 24th, 2.7 seconds off the pace. But he did cross the line before the timer runs out, so he is going to set another time. The 772 car of Takafusahan, he is coming around the final corner now. And I think he might just cross that line. This is going to be tight, folks, but he's got 5 seconds left. 4, 3. Oh, no, he ditched into the wall. I think he gave up on that lap. And, yeah, that'll be 16th place for him today. So the first car coming across the line is the number 159 car. I don't know if I can pick that number up quickly enough. I can't see it anywhere. Oh, okay, that is Cozy Lerner, currently on pole. And here's he crosses the line. He sets a 130.3 on his final lap. The next guy coming along is Felix, which is the number 226 Ferrari. He is currently 1.1 seconds off the pace, and behind him is Komako, so we'll have a look at these. As he crosses the line, he stays third. Komako comes across the line, and he stays 12th. Next up is Ayrton, just Ayrton, who's currently 5th. He is... yeah, oh, okay, he decided to go into the pits. We've got quite a few cars coming along now, so apologies, I'm not going to catch them all, but I do know one of them is Dave, and as he crosses the line, he goes, or he stays 17th. We'll have a look at the number 919 car now, if we can find the number quickly enough. I'm being blind. Okay, yeah, that is Gorilla Radio. As he comes down to finish, can he improve on 20th place? He doesn't. So not a lot of people improving their laps on the last lap through. Baz is coming around now. So he was one of the last drivers to cross the line, and as he crosses the line, can he improve on 24th? The answer is yes, he can. He goes up to 14th place. That's a great little last lap there by Baz. It looks like maybe the last car that can set a time is the number 1 of Daniel Zaitsev. He's laughed at the last minute here. He's the last car out there. Currently P10. Can he improve? We'll find out. Yeah, he improves to 8th place. Great little bit of qualifying, guys. So we'll just wait for that to reset into the race, and then we'll go through the the starting lineup for today's race. Let's just check in on Twitch. Okay, yes, so Belgian Waffle, or aka Yarno, he is saying that his dad, which I believe is Narf, or Schnarf, is it Schnarf or Narf? You have to confirm that, Belgian Waffle. He potentially will be racing alongside myself in the Zolder race at 10 o'clock. Oh, it's Narf, okay, yeah. So, yeah, so that'll be interesting to see how I get on against your dad then, Belgian Waffle. So I'll make sure I try and chase him down and... do myself proud. Yeah, that was a great qualifying session, guys. It's very hard, and I'm sure Dick Trickle will back me up on this one from the Dick Trickle Racing Network, our other broadcaster and league admin. He will tell you that it's so hard to keep up with everyone on qualifying, so I do have to apologise in qualifying. It is sometimes I will miss a lot of you, but I'm just trying my best to catch as many people as I can on the on the fast laps. So it's I don't always catch everyone in qualifying, but I think I caught a lot of you there, and it was quite intense. I mean, Cozy. Whenever you see Cozy in his white banner, the gold class driver pop up into a session, you always know you're gonna be. It's going to be quite hard for you to chase him down, but a few of the drivers here did a good job in keeping him honest. We'll have a shout out to a couple of the rookie drivers here, because a few of them popped up in the top 10, and they're ones to watch out for. These are maybe the stars of the future. So Valencia, I just want to mention this, I said about it earlier. So Valencia is, since the version 1.9 update, they released, obviously, the Valencia as a track. So I was lucky enough, actually, for the first time, to race around this track. Just obviously doing a bit of like recce before we did the commentary for today's race. And, what a track. It's obviously a MotoGP track, and that's evident by their little Joker lap thing, or the penalty lap. Around one of the final corners, you can kind of see the added sort of penalty corner things that the MotoGP do. But this is a proper racetrack. It's got fantastic it's got runoffs in some areas of the track, but it's also got very tricky parts, which is just gravel everywhere. Most of the apexes have got like a large green pad on them, so you can really dive down and attack those apexes. And when I say apex, for those that don't know, that's like the center point of the corner, in which that's when you want to kind of start sticking your throttle down. So you can really get the throttle down early here. So it's about trying to brake as late as possible, hit the apex with precision, and then hit that accelerator as fast as you dare to drive out of the corners. And I think this is going to be a really, really good race today with a lot of people, probably a lot of chances for overtake, so I'll try and catch as many as I can. But okay, let's go through the grid of today's race. So as you saw earlier, Cozy Lerner has taken that number 1 spot in the 159 McLaren, but Steffel kept him honest, about half a second back, and he is going to start in second place with the Lamborghini. Felix will take up third place on the grid alongside our top rookie of the day, Rafi, I will call him, and he is in the number 112 Porsche, so watch out for him today. I don't know if this is actually his debut race. I don't know if anyone's listening, or Dick Trickle if you're listening, but if you can confirm if this is Rafi's debut race. But what a fantastic fourth place in qualifying. Ayrton is fifth place in the number 14 Ferrari. Partick alongside him, making it an all Ferrari third row. Adam Shaw is starting from the pit lane. I don't know if he forgot to get out in time, but that is going to be upsetting for Adam Shaw, who's going to start from last place. 8th place then is Riagmar. Tim is 9th place in a all Porsche 5th row alongside AMS Dillon, who I did say would probably get in the top 10, so I'm right with that prediction. Bors is 11th place alongside is another Ferrari, which is in Comico. Watch out for those guys, they are pretty fast. Baz, or just we'll call him Baz today, he's 13th place alongside one of our other event managers, Matt Sycaster, so good luck today. Mattia is in 15th place alongside Parquinho, I love his name. Well, I'm going to call him Parquinho, I don't know if I've pronounced that right. Takafusa Han, he's 17th place alongside Jenkins in the second Lamborghini. Dave, in that lovely green and sort of gold Porsche, is alongside Sylph to round out the top 20. Guerrilla Radio is going to start in 21st place in the 919 Ferrari. Alongside him is PX Soto. I think it's PX Soto. I have to pronounce. Yeah, you have to teach me in the Discord chat how to pronounce your name. IXR Tool 312 is alongside Levi in 23rd and 24th place. DXT CJ Viper, probably one of the first times I've seen him not start in the pit lane by accident. He is in 25th place alongside Salient G. Hush Web is 26th. They've all bumped up one because of Adam Shaw, and then Potentia is starting 27th. We might have had one dropout here, guys, but Adam Shaw, like I said, is starting from the pit lane. So let's go back with Cozy Lerner as we, he's got a good spot here because it's a really fast, long sweeping. You have to brake a little bit, but it's a fast left-hander. So as long as he can get away from Steph Walker to start, he should be able to drive away a little bit. And it's green light, go, go, go. Here we go for 30 minutes of XCL action. I think that was a good start by Kozilon. It does look like Steph Hawk is getting alongside him there on the right-hand side, but it is, yeah, Kozilon that does take the early lead, and he is, well, actually, let's look at Steph Hawk now, because he has got a good drive out there, but yeah, Cozy does have the inside line for the next corner, as it looks like Felix, or maybe is that Rafi over there that's just got himself up into third place potentially. That might have been a great start by Rafi. Now, the Porsches are notoriously good starters, but it looks like at the minute he might have even got himself up to second there. I don't think we've had a crash here, but there is one car running slow in the number 54, but we'll keep an eye on that. So at the minute it does look like as the the race just the timing screens jiggle themselves out, but it does look like Cozy Lerner has got himself into the lead. But the talk of the moment is the rookie of Rathi, who has managed to get himself up to what is second place in this race. As he does go wide down, that is going to allow Felix to come down the inside of him, and he is going to rejoin the track again. But let's just keep an eye on that. Yeah, so yeah, he as I said, that he just went a little bit wide. He's allowed Felix to creep through into second place, and as that's happened, Steph Hawk has now dived down the inside of him. So Rafi's going to have to make sure he gets back online, tucks himself in before he loses more places. Sometimes when you get out of line here, Steph Hawk goes wide and he's going to course. Oh no, that is so unlucky. I think he just caught just Ayrton there. He went wide and caught the outside, and yeah, that is a bit of a collision. But Cozy Lerner has managed to take the first lap lead with Felix in second, and then Rafi in third. But yeah, Steph Hawk is probably going to have to pit early here. He has got a bit of damage, so don't be surprised if you see him take that first lap pit stop. It was a racing incident there, but yeah, he has crashed there and collided with a couple of the drivers in that first. As I say that, Ryagama looks like he made up a few places at the start, and he has been taken by Daniel Zaitsev, who did have the fast lap in that first. Actually, let's look at Tim here. He's getting alongside Rear Gamer as well. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Ryagma, we'll call him. But yeah, that was a hectic first lap, and we have had a few people in the pit stop. Let's quickly check on that. I want to keep you up to date with that. So we have just Ayrton, who did collide with Stefan Hawk, and it looks like Baz. I don't know if that is tactful or whether he has decided to pit on the first lap as a tactic. So let's have a look here. So yeah, Rear Gamer has managed to pull himself back into sixth place, as Tim looks to chase down Daniel Zaitsev into fourth place. We do have a big train forming here, as AMS Dillon has made up from 10th to 7th with that bit of crashing at the start. And yeah, look at all these cars. There's about 10 cars there, all within a few seconds of each other. So AMS Dillon looks down the inside of Rear Gamer there, and yeah, he doesn't make it past this time, but looks like Daniel Zaitsev in fourth is trying to pull a gap, and at the minute it looks like it is Tim SR3 that is holding up the train a little bit, as AMS Dillon does dive down the inside of Ryagama here. Can he get that place? He does make the place up, so that's a fantastic overtake by AMS Dillon there, making sixth place in today's race. I don't know if there's some damage there, but he has decided to pit early, and that is going to promote Bohr to seventh place in this race. Look at all these cars diving in. I have never seen this many cars this close after the second lap of the race. But yeah, we've now had looks like Jenkins, Komako, Partik, Piexto, Mattia, a lot of the front row drivers. Maybe they're thinking, because they're stuck in this really long train, if they pit now they can get themselves it's going to ride Parkino here for a second, but yeah, it looks like maybe they can get themselves a bit of clean air and get out there and pump some really fast lap times in and overtake this field. We have now got 26 minutes left, so we're 4 minutes into the race, and we have about half the field pitting already. So Parkino here is chasing down Madsai Caster in the third and fourth place McLarens. At the minute after lap 2, Cozy Lerner has pulled out a gap on Felix GT by 4.9 seconds. Tim is... so we'll keep an eye on in a second, but I just want to see if this one will get an overtake. Let's have a look back at, IXR Tool he is chasing down Takafusahan, as Partik has unluckily got a drive-through penalty. Now that can't be for speeding in the pit lane, because that would have been a stop-and-go 30, so that must be for track infringement. So he's got 4 track infringements in the first 2 laps of this race. That's very unfortunate for him. IXR Tool is chasing down Takafusahan here in the Ferrari, and... well, no, he might have just got past now, because I think that's Takafusahan behind him. Oh no, it looks like he's had a bit of a crash there, so it may well be that he is... so IXR Tool that is a Gorilla Radio, behind him. So these three, there's quite a big train forming here, as IXR Tool does decide to pit in early as well. But we'll have a look. The lead pit stop at the minute is Ryagama, who was currently sick when this was all happening. I'm just going to have a look now. Okay, so we're just going to go back to Tim for a second, because Tim is chasing down Daniel Zaitsev, and this is a position, so a race for 4th place on the field. Kozaluna has pulled Felix's gap to 5.5. Felix is in a race of his own at the minute with Rafi about 3.2 seconds behind him, and then Daniel Zaitsev is 1.7 seconds behind him. So the front 4 cars have managed to get themselves some breathing space, and they are going to start pumping in some good lap times. Parquino is still pressuring Madsai Caster there, but I'm just going to have a look and see. Yeah, as DXT CJ Viper has, well, he was behind IXR Tool, but it looks like IXR Tool has then, maybe he was in the pits, so he has been overtaken there. I must have missed that one. Sylph is currently 0.3 behind Guerrilla Radio, who is 1.5 behind Takafusahan. So let's see if Sylph can make a move on Guerrilla Radio and take that 12th place spot from him. Guerrilla Radio is a good, consistent driver, and he does normally pump himself into the top 10. So just watch him as the race unfolds, and yeah, we'll see if he can make that move. Parquino again is still 0.5 behind Madsai Caster, so these two McLarens are staying about the same distance apart. But as they go down to that final corner, can Parquino get a better drive off the oh, I see. I don't know if Madsai Caster had a bit of a wobble as he came out there, and is that going to allow Parquino a chance to chase him down and overtake him down into the first corner? But these guys are all like almost like a bit of a DRS train. They're all pulling each other along in each other's slipstream, so as you can see, that is proving to be very hard to overtake. So what we might have to do is actually do it in the braking zones. Looking at this, Dave is looking pretty racy. Oh, as he just has a little wobble there, but he is yeah, just trying to chase down AMS Dylan, who is tucked in behind Doug Bors. So it looks like Bors has managed to get himself back past Dylan, because I think, or something's happened here, because I think Dylan was in 6th place earlier. But yeah, he is chasing down Bors currently, as it looks like we have maybe seen an overtake there with Tim alongside Daniel Zaitsev. Now Zaitsev is going to have the inside line, so the question is, can Tim go around the outside, or is he going to try a cutback? They are side by side here. This is very good, clean racing. Tim didn't get that position, but they are still going, yeah, down onto the right-hander here. It's just, yeah, coming down to the last sector. I will ride with this battle for a second, because this is looking pretty close out there. At the front, Kozaluna has now extended his lead to 7 seconds, and then Felix has extended his 2nd place lead over Rathi to about 3.4. So at the minute, they're looking quite comfortable for that 1st, 2nd and 3rd. So is Tim going to make a dive down the inside? No, he chooses not to. He did come back out wide. He's going to try and see if he can get a better drive out of the corner. I think he did. So is Tim now going to get a better drive down the line? Oh, he's tucked right behind that Porsche. But like I said, they just can't seem to get the pace in order to overtake. But he does tuck out. Daniel Zaitsev is going to be looking in his rearview mirror, and that is close. But I will ride with this onto the next left-hander and see if he's going to try a bit of a late break manoeuvre. But Daniel Zaitsev here and Tim have displayed some fantastic driving for 4th and 5th place. Dave is still looking pretty racy behind AMS Dylan, who is now, well, they both, looks like maybe Doug Bors has gone in the pits there. Yeah, he has, yeah. So he's decided to pit, and that's allowed Dylan and Dave a bit of time out there to chase it down. Parquino is 0.2 behind Madsai Caster. So it is as you were for a lot of these drivers in similar machinery, and I think they've probably got similar setups and similar, yeah, similar top speeds and everything, and it is proving quite difficult to overtake. I will see where Doug Bors does come out in a minute, but yeah, Guerrilla Radio 0.4 behind Sylph here. So Sylph has got past Guerrilla Radio, but that might just be that he'll now start to pull away. So at the minute, it looks like Doug Bors, did he get out in front of Real Gamer number 70? No, he didn't. So Ria Gamar, I'm going to have to pronounce his name, but we'll just call him Real Gamer for today. Then he'll have to tell me how to pronounce that properly. But yeah, he is still the current leader of the people in the pits, and he has got a great gap. If you see on the track map, he's just down the bottom by himself, that red dot. He has got such a lot of space between him and the driver in front that don't be surprised if you see him pop into the top 5 with all these battles going on, especially with Tim and Zaitsev. You know, those two are battling each other, might allow Ria Gamer to actually catch up with the rest of the pack. I will see, yes, as you can see now, we've got yeah, up to 16th place, so pretty much half the field have, actually I'm looking at this, it looks like Baz has been in the pits from the start, so I think he has decided to retire from this race. But let's just go through the field as we reach 20 minutes into this race. Just Ayrton is currently the last driver out there in the field that's racing. It says he's 2 laps down, but obviously he has pitted. He is chasing down Salient G, who I'm not sure exactly how far he is ahead. It looks like, yeah, maybe he's a few corners ahead there. But, yeah, he's about 2 seconds back from Partick. Partick obviously did have that drive-through penalty, so he is unfortunately, yeah, fallen back to 26th place. But I do expect him to catch up a little bit through the field. Yeah, so Partick is 26th place. Hush Webb is ahead of him. He is chasing down Steph Hawk, who must have had... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, of course he had that crash. He had that big spin on turn 1, and he collided with... Jess Ayrton, who obviously is 28th place. So those two have had an unfortunate collision today. So he is, 24th, and he is chasing down PXO, who is ahead of him on the track. He's 15 seconds up the head. PXO 0.4 behind Jenkins. Jenkins is the other Lamborghini driver, and currently the lead Lamborghini driver. You probably wouldn't have been thinking that after how the qualifying went, but you'll be happy with that. So yeah, PXO is chasing him down. Actually, I think we just maybe lost one of the guys here. Yeah, so so potentially looks like he potentially has had a crash there because he has lost a place. Jenkins is up 21st in that red and white Lamborghini. He is chasing down Mattia. He's 0.7 behind. Oh, there's been a bit of a runoff there. Looks like that's with Comico and someone else because they were just coming off the track there. So we'll keep an eye on that in a second. Yeah, so Mattia is ahead of him. As that is IXR Tool coming around. He is spun out. He's trying to safe rejoin as the... I think that was Jenkins potentially just trying to avoid out of trouble. So a few guys with those new tyres are having a few incidents out there. Adam Shaw is currently 17th place, 4 seconds off of Doug Bors in 16th, who I'll just see when he crosses the line. He is chasing down Taka Fusahan, and he is 2.2 seconds back. Fusahan is one of the lead pit stop drivers. He is chasing down Rear Gamer, who is he's 4 seconds behind him, but Rear Gamer is 15 seconds behind the rest of the field. Masai Kasa has now decided to pit, and he has come back out in 13th place. That might need to reset in a minute, but he looks like he's having a race. That could be with Taka Fusahan, which I think it is. Yeah, so that means when this all settles down, Masai Kasa has come back out in 14th place, and that does put Rear Gamer ahead. I think we did have another pit stop in there as well. Apologies, I did miss that one. DXT Viper has moved himself up to 11th place here. That is a bit of damage there on Levi's car. But he is the last driver that hasn't pitted. Levi ahead of him in the 71. Like I said, you can see he has got a bit of front end damage there. So that will maybe affect his pit stop, and that might give DXT Viper a chance to overtake. Ahead of that, 10 seconds up the road, Guerrilla Radio is still chasing down Sylph, who has decided to pit this lap. So it's Parkino that's gone in the pits. So it is Sylph and Guerrilla Radio still battling each other, currently in 7th and 8th place. Unfortunately, ahead of him, Dave, who is having a good race in that lovely liveried car, has received a drive-through penalty, which will be for 4 track infringements. And that is really disappointing because he is now going to have to go through the pits, do a drive-through penalty, and then come back in and then do his pit stop. So he's going to be really, really upset with that one. But... unfortunately, if you do push the car too much, that will happen. Daniel Zaitsev has lost a place to Tim in that little battle that was for 4th and 5th. But although Daniel Zaitsev does have a bit of front end sort of scuffage there, so I don't know if that's maybe a collision they've had. But he will continue to chase down Tim in this lovely battle for 4th and 5th place, which might end up being net 5th and 6th when everyone's pit stops have happened. Tim is 6 seconds back, like I said, from the front 3, which we will show now. So Rafi, who is the lead rookie out there, and it may be his first race of the day, he is 4 seconds back from Felix. He's at a race of his own at the minute. Like I said, he has got a lead of 6.8 seconds over Tim, so all he needs to do is keep it on the field, keep it on the track, and have a good pit stop, and hopefully no frills. He'll come back out, and then he can push on and try and get a debut podium. Felix ahead of him is doing his best to chase down Cozy Lerner, but as we know, Cozy is one of the best drivers, if not the best driver, currently in XCL. So as Felix there flashes what looks like a back marker, warning him to try and, if you can just don't mind moving out of the way, that is the Lamborghini, I think, of Jenkins. And Cozy Lerner then is out front on a race of his own. Unfortunately for him, because he's dominant so much, he isn't going to get that much airtime today. But I think he's probably used to that as he cruises at the front, almost extending that gap to 10 seconds. Let me just check in. We'll ride with Cozy Lerner for a few minutes as I just quickly check in with the Twitch channel. Belgian Waffle is saying that he remembers a time when Formula E came to Valencia, and he's still saying, he said as Formula E goes, which is boring at times, he said that is one of the best races that he's ever watched at Valencia. So yeah, thank you for that, Belgian Waffle. Dick Trickle saying hello to myself and the XCL community. Yeah, so welcome if you're on the stream. And yeah, as Dick Trickle says, yeah, we're everyone, whether you're racing, spectating, commenting in the Twitch chat, you're all valuable to us, and we love having you here. Forzy saying hello. Hey, Forzy. He's just passing through and keeping an eye on the, probably seeing his rival racing drivers. Yeah, let's dive back into some action and see what's going on. We still have 9 drivers out there that haven't made a pit stop. At the minute, like I said, we'll just ride with him now. Yeah, Rear Gamer is the lead pit stop driver. He's 7 seconds off the back of Dave, and obviously Dave has to pit. Now, Trickle, if you're still in the chat, can you just tell me if today, are they just stopping for fuel, or do you have to do a mandatory tire stop in these races? I always forget. So if you are here, if you can answer that, that'd be great. Let's see if there's any battles going on at the minute. So yeah, Mattia, who is currently 0.6 behind Takafusahan, has got a bit of a chain here. So we have Komiko, Sylv, Mattia, and Takafusahan all within about 2-3 seconds, as you can see. So we have Takafusahan, who is that car ahead in the 772 Ferrari. We then have Mattia here in this green and black Porsche. Behind him is the Mercedes of Sylv, and then behind him is Komiko. Now, Komiko earlier we did see have that little off. I don't know if that was a collision. I don't know if anyone can mention that in Discord. But yeah, this little train here of 5 cars, this could end up being a really good battle as the day unfolds. So we'll just ride with this one and see what happens. It looks like it's the closest battle out there we have at the minute, as Levi does decide to pit, and actually Tim has pitted, and has he come back out ahead of Rear Gamer or behind? That was the one I was interested in. Oh, look at this. Yeah, so after all those pit stops, Rear Gamer has now ended up 1.3 seconds behind Tim. So that's going to be really interesting when Danya Zaitsev decides to pit. Those 3 are going to be having a nice battle in the end, which will probably be for like 4th, 5th and 6th. Unfortunately, at the back here, we were just talking about it, but Sylv is in that battle with 4 drivers, and he has been pushing that Mercedes too hard, and he has now ended up with a drive-through penalty as he flashes all the other drivers. Maybe he's a little bit angry there, we don't know, but he's going to be frustrated that he has, unfortunately, now has to go through the pits. That's the 3rd driver today so far that has had that drive-through penalty for track limit infringements. Yeah, so as we see, Rathi, the 3rd place driver, has pitted now, so he will, as he comes back out. That was quite a good pit stop, so imagine, yeah, Dick Trickle says Cozy, doing cozy things, and yeah, he's just cruising out in front. But Rafi has pitted, and he is going to come back out in what looks like, just seeing who he's maybe, yeah, he looks like he's come out in potentially 5th place when the laps reset. But yeah, when everyone else pits, he will then take that lead back. So DXT CJ Viper has now pitted, and that is still leading. Well, that'd be Rafi now, who is the lead pit stop driver. But he'll have some way to go if he wants to chase down Felix, who is 10.9 seconds off of Cozy. Let's go back to that little battle that was going on, like I said, with Takafusahan. I see those have been a few pit stops here. So has something happened here? Because I think one of those drivers has potentially fallen off the back there, but I don't know if MS Dylan has broken away slightly there, but I feel like I've lost one of the drivers. Someone's had it off there, I think, because there was an extra driver in that. Oh yeah, Mattia. Sorry, yeah, there you go. So Mattia was behind Takafusahan. It looks like he's probably had a bit of a crash. Although if you look at the rear of his car, he does have scuffs on there. So it looks like maybe that someone's maybe rear-ended him. And I'm sure, again, that will be displayed in Discord later on. But yeah, Komiko has now made it up to 15th place, and he is chasing down Takafusahan, who are 1.8 seconds ahead. Adam Shaw here is chasing down Parkino in front of him, and he is only 0.5 behind. So we could potentially see an overtake. We haven't had many overtakes today, but I think it's just the nature of this race circuit. It's so fast, and everyone's probably on a bit of a low downforce setup. So it's oh, actually, as we say that, Adam Shaw has now got a drive-through penalty, so he has joined the long and elite list of people that have done too many track infringements and are now going to get punished for it. As we see one of the cars parked. Who's that car parked there? That is that Guerrilla Radio? There is a Ferrari parked on the entrance, number 97, Potencia. Has he ran out of fuel there? Or is he glitched out there? But yeah, he's just parked in the pit entry. So I hope none of the cars that are left to pit are going to collide with him, because that would be unfortunate. Let's see what's going on out there. Yeah, so AMS Dylan is behind Adam Shaw. No, he was behind Adam Shaw, but I think he's probably that was probably because of because he stopped for a pit stop. But here we go. There's a bit of a, looks like Steph Ork is now on XCL Tool. This could be a little bit of battle and an overtake. Oh, he just decides at the last minute not to dive down the inside, but I don't think this is over yet, and he will chase him down as we have maybe a car trying to go through to lap them there as well. That's not going to happen. Oh! What hit that Ferrari there? That is number 16. I don't know. Is that a back marker trying to unlap himself? I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, it's a three-way battle here. So we'll just stay with this one for a second. Steph almost made the overtake, and then, oh no, it is Adam Shaw. So sorry, Adam Shaw has come out of the from the drive-through penalty, and this actually is a race for position. He's given a little bit of a flash there to say, you know, like just trying to distract him in the braking zones. But apologies there, I got a bit confused obviously because the timing screens, they go all over the place sometimes. But yeah, Adam Shaw is in this battle, and this is a legitimate battle for 16th, 17th, and 18th on the field. So on the race. I don't want to keep saying field. I'm not a. It's because I'm do a lot of football coaching on the side, and it's I keep saying the field as if like a football field. So yeah, Adam Shaw is chasing down Steph Ork here, who is chasing down IXR Tool. Is he going to try and make a dive down the inside? No, they're all staying quite amicable here, but are the two, as the Lamborghini and the Ferrari, going to have a better drive out of the corner in order to chase IXR Tool? Steph Ork almost made a dive down the inside last lap. Is he going to try something different now? It doesn't look like he's close enough, but yeah, they're all trying their hardest to get through here. Let's just check on the front. So Felix GT has decided to pit 18 seconds back from Cozy Lerner. And we'll see how he fares up against Rathi when he comes back out there. But I think Cozy likes to pit on the last lap of the race, and I think we'll see that again. I think Daniel Zaitsev is also a bit of a late pitter as we have 8 minutes left in this race. Steph Ork is really trying his hardest here to get past IXR Tool, but yeah, these three are going to be battling out for some time now. Does he just have a little bit of wobble, and is that going to allow Adam Shaw a chance to get down the inside? He has dived down the inside, and it looks like he might take that position back, and it is another left-hander up ahead. So yeah, so Steph Ork has gone from attacking IXR Tool to defending against Adam Shaw, and Adam Shaw has taken that position and taken 17th place in this race. Let's see what else is going on down the field here. So yeah, Felix has come back out, and let's see where Rafi is in relation to him. So Rafi is, yeah, he's just about, probably, as that unfolds, probably about 6 or 7 seconds back. Dave, who unfortunately, yes, it was having a good race, still has to pit, and he has done that drive-through penalty, but yeah, when he has to pit, he is going to fall back some places on this race. Daniel Zaitsev has stayed out, but he is currently second. His main race, I think, today is with Tim and Rear Gamer, who is still 1.4 behind Tim here. So I think when Daniel Zaitsev pits, he's going to be somewhere in this this little battle here. Komako in 13th place is chasing down Gorilla Radio. He is looking to see if he can get back into that top 12. AMS Dylan, who is currently 11th, I'm sure, will also be trying to get back into that top 10. Let's see. As we see one of the Lamborghinis, I think that was of Jenkins, running out wide there as he lets, I think he just let some of the people through that are just not unlapping himself, sorry, just overtaking him and lapping him, putting him a lap down. We'll go back through the field one more time just to sort of give everyone a bit of coverage here. So, yeah, Baz has retired from lap 1 and he is out. We have lost a few drivers because he's currently 26th, and we did start with 29 today. So we have, counting Baz, 4 retirements. Potencia, who's also decided to retire from this race, is in 25th. Jenkins is, as you just saw him there, he is 24th place, 3 laps down with Saint G ahead of him in the Audi. He is 12 seconds back from Levi. As he's got some quite substantial front end damage there, and he'll just be looking to sort of see this race out in 23rd place. Levi, 11 seconds behind Hushweb, is racing in 20 seconds. He'll have to really put a wriggle on in the last 5 minutes to see if he can catch that up. I said Hushweb in 21st. He is chasing down DXT CJ Viper. I don't know how many seconds he is ahead. I'm just going to wait for him to go through one of the 20 seconds back. So again, he'll just be trying to pump in as many good lap times as he can to keep himself in that 21st position. DXT Viper is chasing down Sylph in 19th place. I think Sylph is about probably 10, let's say 10 to 12 seconds ahead. So yeah, he is again one of those cars that isn't going to be able to probably close that gap in the last 5 minutes unless there's a mistake. As we see Jenkins there get a drive-through penalty, the next driver to get track infringements. Silf is currently 19th place, 7.9 seconds back from IXR Tool. I think did he have a drive-through penalty? I think he was one of the drivers that had that. So yeah, that's pushed him right back, and he is just now trying to solidify a best position as he can. IXR Tool has been passed now by Adam Shaw and Steph Walk. It was, by looks of it, just a matter of time because they're really hustling the back of that BMW. He is currently riding in 18th place, and he'll do his best to close it down. He can still pass back up, but it does look like Steph Walk and Adam Shaw do have his number today. Steph Walk has fallen a bit back from Adam Shaw, but yeah, this race is by no means over for these three. But yeah, he will continue to try and pump in some good laps as he was on the front row this race. So Steph Walk will have some good pace. I think he's just unfortunately a bit rattled from that first lap crash. Adam Shaw, who the number 296 Ferrari is chasing down Piexto. Adam Shaw again was one of the other drivers that had a drive-through penalty, so he would have been much farther up the order if it wasn't for that. Piexto rounds out the last top 15 spot, 3.8 seconds back from Mattia, who in turn in the 54 Porsche is 7.8 seconds back from Guerrilla Radio. It looks like someone potentially is going in the pits there. That might be the last two drivers. We'll have a look at them in a second. Guerrilla Radio 2.7 seconds back from Komoko. He will just do his best now to try and catch Komoko back up and see if he can get that 12th place that he's lost to him. Komoko is 4.6 seconds back from AMS Dillon. So again, I said that at this point it's just about getting those laps in and trying not to make any mistakes. AMS Dillon is 0.3 behind Mads. Oh no, he has passed Mads Lycaster. So AMS Dillon, who I did tip for a top 10 finish, has got himself back up into 10th place. I'm sure Mads Lycaster, I said the XCL events manager, will not like that, and he will try and get that position back by the end of today. Pacanio is 2.8 seconds back from Doug Spores in I think he'll take a good 9th place finish here. Doug Spores ahead, 7.4 behind Rear Gamer. He is, just going to have to try and hope for a bit of a collision or accident ahead of him. But there is still two drivers to pit, so I think he will make up some places by the end of today. Rear Gamer is 2.1 seconds behind Tim. We're still waiting for Daniel Zaitsev to come out of the pits. Actually, we're right with this now because he is 2 seconds behind Tim, and Daniel Zaitsev is in the pits currently. Is he coming out? No, he is in there, and I think he's going to lose positions to Tim and Rear Gamer here. As Tim goes past, Rear Gamer goes past, and is Doug Bors going to make it past in time? Daniel Zaitsev is coming out of the pits now, so that number 666 car is coming down quite fast on Daniel, and is he going to make a move down into the left-hander, or is Daniel Zaitsev going to be able to get up to speed? No, okay, so it looks like Daniel Zaitsev has managed to round himself back off into a 7th place position, but that is, surprising by Daniel Zaitsev, because he was on par with Dave and Tim, and Tim and Rear Gamer, and obviously they are going to capitalise again, because when Dave has to do his pit stop, he will then fall back into, probably the midfield somewhere, and that is going to allow Tim to get that 4th place, the 4th place he's been battling for all day long. Rafi has had a great race today. He is the top rookie driver out there, and Dick Trickle, if you are listening, can you just confirm, is this Rafi's first ever race with XCL? Is he a debut driver? Because if he is, you know what I'm going to say in a minute. Felix GT is what he's crosses the line. What kind of lead has Cozy Lerner got now? He's had his pit stop. He is 17.1 seconds in the head. So Cozy doing Cozy things. As he is out in front and dominating with 1 minute 28 seconds to go. I think as he crosses the line in half a lap's time, he will trigger the last lap of this race. So where have we got going on there? So Daniel Zaitsev has he been passed by Doug Bors? No, it looks like he has been passed and then passed it back. So that'll probably be because of your tyres take a lap or so to heat up, and he probably just got taken over by Doug's Bors, and then he has got that place back, and I think he will now kick on with those fresher tyres and nice low fuel load. So I fully expect him to kick on, but 8 seconds back from Rear Game. I think 7th place is all. He'll be 6th place because Dave has now pitted. 6th place is all he can probably hope for here. Rathi is 2.7 seconds behind Felix, and I'm wondering if he can close that gap and potentially get a 2nd place. Yeah, so Trickle, if you are in this stream, can you please confirm if this is Rafi's debut? Because that would be has he raced with XCL before? So Trickle, Dick Trickle, if you are listening, please confirm, because that'd be a hell of a debut drive. Yeah, as you know, and I will say it now, if this is the case, as we look, Cozy Learner has taken the last lap of this race. Yeah, every single race that I've pretty much broadcasted so far, -1, I think, we've had a rookie driver who are having their first race with XCL, and in those races that I have broadcast, the rookie driver has gone on to get a podium on his debut of XCL. So if this is Rafi's debut, even if it isn't, it's a heck of a drive. But if it is his debut, then he will continue the tradition of being a debutant driver in XCL and getting that podium spot. Yeah, Festiman is saying it's the first time he's seen him, so I think this is going to be probably the driver of the day here, Rafi, who is going to get the final podium spot. But AMS Dillon is chasing down Barquinho, so he hasn't done yet. He has, wow, that is some fantastic pace by AMS Dillon. I don't know what he's done here. He switched something on because he has clawed 6 seconds on Mad Sidecaster in the last minute since watching this. And he is, chasing down Barquinho for potentially an 8th place position. So another tip for driver of the day potentially here. Yep. And as Dick Trickle says, this is Rafi's first race. So because of that, sorry MS Dillon, you don't get driver of the day. That is going to Rafi. But yeah, Cozy Learner is now coming down to complete this race. There is a few little battles going on as for the last little places, but we will try and cover some of them. So yeah, well done Cozy. Cozy doing Cozy things, takes another win, and that's another boost to his ratings as he continues the reign of the best driver at XCL. Yeah, Felix is coming around now, and he is going to be the second place driver. But what I will do is just switch over to, we'll have a look at Felix. Yeah, he's going to pass the line and come second. But Rafi, I would say he is an XCL debutant. He has continued the tradition of being a debutant that does get a podium on his debut, and he is my driver of the day, and I don't think many people will disagree with that. Yeah, Tim is going to be in a race of his own here for the end. He's 4 seconds back up from Rear Gamer, and he is going to take a lovely 4th place. I'm sure he's going to be buzzing by that. That's a great bit of racing there. Rear Gamer is going to come through in 5th place, and then yeah, we do have Doug Bors chasing down Daniel Zaitsev for what is 6th and 7th place. This is quite a little close battle near the end here, and yeah, Daniel Zaitsev's going to take 6th behind Doug Bors. We have Barquinho, who has lost the place to MS Dillon, so he's got to be the second or runner-up for driver of the day. MS Dillon in the other Porsche, and he takes 8th place behind Barquinho. Mad Sidecaster is going to come back through and round out the top 10. Guerrilla Radio and Comico are going to take 11th and 12th here. Dave, an unfortunate race, could have been so much better for him today if it wasn't for that drive-through penalty, but he takes 13th behind Matthew in 14th. Piexto rounds out the top 15. Adam Shaw, who had a really good race with Steph Falk and Arxar Tool today. You can see them all coming across the line here. Has he run out of fuel there? I think he's run out of fuel, and I know, has he? I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if they both run out of fuel or whether maybe Adam Shaw was trying to let Steph walk past. But yeah, that is that's interesting. And then Sylph gets 19th. DXC CJ Viper is 20th. Levi 21st. Hushweb 22nd. Silent G 23rd. Jenkins 24th. Takafusahan 25th. Potencia 26th, and Baz 27th. And then I don't know the other 2 drivers, but yeah, that is a. That is, I'm just seeing what's saying here. Yeah, just so, yeah, Dick Trickle and Festiman having a bit of a chat. Whew, God, that was a great race, guys. I'm really pleased with that one. That was a great race, obviously, by Cozy Learner. I think Danya, Zaitsev, and Tim are going to look back at the replays here, and they had some really good for that one lap, but they were just side by side. An unfortunate drive by Dave. I think Rathi was a great little debutant podium there. AMS Dillon with a mad fight back in the last 10 minutes. Great driving by AMS Dillon there to get 8th place, and I think he's going to be buzzing with that. I'd be surprised if he's not in Discord already, like, giving it the big one that he's had a good race there. And some good. I think there was a few accidents and stuff out there. I think Steph Hawke's going to be gutted, and I think he is probably going to pick up a penalty for that collision he had. I forget who with, sorry, but yeah, that was an unfortunate crash. It was a complete accident. He didn't mean it intentionally. He just lost control, slammed his brakes on. He just, sometimes the car skids across the circuit. But yeah, great race, guys. I would have done a post-race show, Festiman, but I have to race in Zolder. I am racing in just under an hour, and I do have to get some practice in, but I will in future. And yeah, thank you guys. But yeah, Festival, I will do. To be fair, to be honest, Dick Trickle does all of the post race shows normally, and he's fantastic at doing that kind of stuff. He's the people pleaser, people person. I'm just the over enthusiastic, fast talker commentator. But yeah, I will start doing them. I think because they are fantastic, and I think that's one of the best things about Dick Trickle streams is that he. Yeah, he does do those post-race interviews. But one thing to mention, like I said, that in 50 minutes' time, yes, I am racing in that race, so look out for my lovely yellow car. Basically looking a bit like the one here. And yeah, that is being hosted by Sir Dick Trickle on the Dick Trickle Racing Network. Fantastic streamer. Miles better than me, so yeah, go out there and check him out, and yeah, have a great laugh. And he loves chatting to the Twitch streamers, so yeah, make sure to drop in and have a chat with him. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Thank you and goodbye.